how can you be the monopoly?
Well, so the concept behind my my personal brand consulting is that most products or services, so most businesses are commoditized, right? And it's very hard to build a brand around a business because people just tend to resonate more with humans than they resonate with corporate brands, right? And so for most people, right, most entrepreneurs have small businesses. So for those people, but it still applies even to like the highest levels. Look at Elon Musk and Tesla. Like Elon Musk has a bigger brand than any of his individual companies, and probably bigger than all of his companies put together. But anyway, for most people, I believe the best way to grow their business is by growing their personal brand and focusing and tying their personal brand to their business, right? So like, let's say like, let's think about like a very commoditized service like lawn care, right? How do you choose the company that you want to do your lawn care? Yes, assume that like they can all cut the grass really well and they do it at maybe a similar price or whatever. But what if there's like the owner of a company or the guy who comes to mow your lawn, like when you were looking for a lawn care company, you found him, you followed him on Instagram. He's got kids the same age as you. He likes the same football team as you. You're both carnivore. Like there's all these little things about that person, about their likes, about their opinions that resonate with you. And we like to do business with people that are like us, right? We resonate, we connect with people that are like-minded. That's why you tend to like get communities forming around common interests, values, beliefs. So all you're doing is just like sharing yourself with the world. And there will be a subset of people that will connect with you because of those things. And they will hire you over another lawn company because literally I've had people who are like, I've heard somebody who, offers a consulting service and a client chose to work with him because they have the same car. The consulting service has nothing to do with cars. It's like to do with sales and marketing consulting, but it's like, I picked you because we have the same car.
Wow.
Right?
Which they learned because of a social media post.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So the consultant posted his like Mercedes AMG thing, and the client had the same Mercedes AMG, and so he's like, "Yep, I need this service. You do this service. We have the same car. I'm going to work with you."
And so, Daniel, when, I really love that. Let's not jump past that. You believe that the best way for a business owner, entrepreneur, basically any size, to increase the growth or value of their business is to actually grow their personal brand. But that statement in itself, to me, resonates very strongly, but isn't all that obvious. So what are some examples, other than the ones you mentioned, but perhaps people that you've worked with in addition to that, like that bring that to life? Because I think obviously entrepreneurs, they're entrepreneurial and they're going, what can I do to actually improve the situation that I'm in? And what you've just stated is not actually that obvious.
No, I think people don't think of themselves as a brand. I think the connotations attached to personal brand, I even don't like the term that much, but I haven't figured out I want to coin a new term for personal brand. I kind of there's somebody I've heard call it the digitization of reputation, which is nice. It's nice alliteration, right? It's kind of like living in public. Like you said, documenting your life, documenting your thoughts. It's just putting them out in public so people can see them. And often that's enough to like, people think that you have to have something interesting to say, or you have to have some special insight, or like be different or be unique. I think everyone is unique because we all have, we all come from different backgrounds. We have different life stories, different things happen to us. And like the combination of those things makes each one of us quite unique. So yeah, I think people just don't think about that. They think like, oh, I'm starting a business. I need a business website and I need to brand my business and have a logo, and everything is done through the business. And, often entrepreneurs will also think like, well, no, I can't build the business off the back of my brand because then I can't sell it, or I can't do this and I can't do that. And that is somewhat true, to be honest. But like, how many people are building their business to sell? I think most people would be happy like getting out of their 9-to-5 and being able to do some like consulting that gives them better income, more freedom. Not everyone is trying to build this big business that they're going to sell off, right? And on the whole personal branding thing, I think even people who don't want to build a business, they don't want to become consultants, or they don't want to do their own thing, they want to be employees and work for companies, you still set yourself apart by having a personal brand. Like I got hired at Brains because of my Twitter. I had zero experience in Bitcoin. I literally just started like tweeting about Bitcoin 3 or 4 months before that, right? But they saw my tweets, they saw I was growing an account. It was sort of proof that I understood enough about Bitcoin without needing a CV, without needing to say I did a degree in Bitcoin or that I worked at a past Bitcoin company or whatever. Like my proof of work was out there publicly. They saw it and I beat out other candidates. And my value as an employee at Brains grew as my personal brand grew, right? I surpassed, when I joined them, I had maybe 3,000 followers. And at some point I passed their account in terms of like because they had slush pools. So they had like 20 or 30,000 followers. At some point, my brand, okay, I'm not going to say my brand was bigger than slush pool, but my Twitter following became bigger than their company following. Right.
Really cool. And
Yeah.
what I love about that is I actually think about it, and obviously I've been podcasting for a few years now, and it's been through a few iterations, and I got involved with a couple startup businesses and started building podcasts for them, and those opportunities didn't work out, and I ended up back at square one. It's like I know what I love doing, and it's podcasting, so just focus on doing that. And this iteration is around my personal name. So a lot of what you're saying really resonates, and I knew before this recording was like, I might well become a customer in some way because I have some things to learn from you for sure. What is fun about it? It's like, and why I always encourage people to create content is you just don't know what opportunities can come out of it. So it's like that phrase, like, Bitcoin talks about being your own bank. Well, why couldn't you just be your own brand? And I like to think of all the content one ever creates as like digital breadcrumbs that people, they find them at the most random of times, and suddenly you get contacted by someone who's got something that they're interested in, and an opportunity appears that just literally couldn't have come about